we are back out on the Yorkshire coast. For those of you who don't recognise that walk we've just done, we're down at Sandsend, or at least the bit of Sandsend that you can get down to onto the beach. It's quite a nice day actually, a little cold and a bit overcast as you can see in the background, but the seas have been high for the last few days and we're hoping that some stuff has been turned over. I'm still looking for a good sized harpoceros from here. They are, I would say, common, but more common here than anywhere else on the coast. And my one decent one does come from here. So that's the hope. We'll see what else we can find. I'm down with a couple others as well who I'm hoping might get some goodies that we can show off as well, if my finds are not fantastic. But let's see what we can find and we'll be back with you when we get something. Just some ammonites in the bedrock. I believe they're ellies, but I always struggle to tell the difference between the elegantissirus and the tiltonoceros, which are basically just big flat ellies as far as I can tell. That looks a bit more harpoceros-like, and that's what we're hoping for, is a 3D one of those. Some of these blocks are absolutely crazy, rammed through with loads and loads of bivalve shells. I don't see any ammonites in it, and yeah, far too big to ever want to collect. Just nice to see. You might be able to see from this that a lot of these cliffs have crumbled and collapsed over the years. And this is why Sandsend always used to be very, very good for fossils. It is now one of the more heavily picked beaches in Yorkshire and hasn't had many big fresh falls recently. So the finds get a bit sparse, particularly at the point nearest the get down, as it's where everyone tends to look. Yeah, it's a semi-fresh fall with a few nodules that come out, and if you can see, teeny tiny dak gracile, quite pretty but not worth just taking a single one. Though you do get harpos sometimes amongst the gracile, so we'll just keep looking. Yeah, someone had a decent hildy out of here, nice negative. Just a lovely layer of all of these ammonites preserved in the shell. They'll all be staying there, probably elegantissirus or tiltonoceros, but you do get the occasional bit that's a bit bigger and a bit more exciting, which I know is not super easy to see in the footage, but I think that might be a harpo, but something a bit bigger. And it's that. Ooh, it is a nice stack actually. First one of the day. And just another tease. Such a shame, but an unusual block that, and some more little bits in it as well, but such a shame. Yeah, the coast does like teasing more harpo negative bits, and we're very rapidly approaching the section that I did find my one in, but we will have to wait and see. Now in the section called Stinky Hole, we have been caught up by a gentleman who made good time, it would appear, from the get down point. We're not sure if we're going to keep going to Goldsborough, which is around that next bit of headland, because it's a fair old trek and a lot of scrambling. But what is interesting is as we go north from Sandsend, the bedrock is getting older and older, and so we're dropping down through time and slowly working in towards the grey shales and some of this bedrock. Below us will be where you get the tennies and semi-salatum dactyloceros. So that's what we're hoping to find in and around here, and I'm told it's good for jet, but my jet collection is pretty piss poor at the moment, but we'll see. It's a fun game with this one. It's actually a lovely beach prepped Hildoceros. Can you see it? There she is in the middle of the frame. Yeah, it's not going to win any awards for being the prettiest, but I do like a good hildy, and beach prep makes life even easier. Right, one little tiny deck. And that's about the extent of the harpos that I've been finding. It's a section of one, and then just gave it a tap, and it's broken. I will not be keeping it, I don't think. First, nice looking cannonball, and of course, empty. There's a beautiful little bivalve shell in that. I won't be keeping it for that, but the reason I picked it up is these blocks are full of the dak graciles, the little tiny daks, but they're also ones that do occasionally have the harpos and the clevies in them. That one I don't think it's worth trying to rescue out of it, but that's why I keep picking them up, and you'll see a lot of them. They're not the best preserved, the better ones are sort of the pyrite skin nodules that kind of look like squished rugby balls or sometimes UFOs, but sadly there aren't many of those that haven't been hit already, so we're doing the next best thing. And a very, very squished bit of Dactyni castatum. Yeah. Oh, I got really excited when I picked that up. It's a beautiful shaped nodule. Yeah. Sadly, someone has already got the beautiful thing, or it was just preserved like this. That's a shame. Beautiful Eleganticeros elegantulum negative. It's a bit of a funky one, this. It doesn't look like an awful lot, super worn. But when you get it over to this side, you can see it's actually a piece of ammonite, and this would be the cat's paw, and the little siphon air thing that goes all the way through all the chambers is there at the bottom. Different, but super far gone. Can't even grab a break with the Dax. That one is flat. And a nice belemnite just wearing out. This bit of the coast isn't SSI protected, but I don't need it. I don't particularly want to dig it out, so it's going to just stay there. And then hopefully someone else can enjoy it down the line. It's still pretty early on the tide. Didn't try and scavenge all the way around to Goldsborough, which is, as I said, just beyond that headland. So slowly working back through all the boulders. You never know, there's often a lot of goodies that get trapped amongst them. And so just going to see what we can find and spend a bit longer in a few of those hot spots that I know have produced stuff in the past, but we'll have to see if they still got stuff today. But yeah, sadly, this coast is very heavily picked and in need of some fresh falls and even bigger seas than what we've had, which have been a couple meters, but yeah, it hasn't done the work I would have liked. This weird little white structure on the beach is not plastic, it's what's called a cuttle shell. It's the internal shell of a cuttlefish, and so cuttlefish are related to things like snails, which sounds weird, but they are. Those tentacles, it's just that modified foot instead of what a snail slides across. Cuttlefish have modified that into tentacles, and they have this internal shell, much like snails have one on the outside. But what's interesting is cuttlefish and squid and belemnites are all related. Not super closely, but they are all related, and they all have these internal shells. Squids tend to have an even more little thin plasticky one, and belemnites obviously have that big rostrum and guard that we see on the beaches today. Octopus are also related to this group, but their shell has gone altogether. A cool little bit, and if you're walking around on the beach, you will see potentially quite a few of them. There's a lot around today. Getting closer. It's still not great, but it's better. Yeah, another tease, but sadly it all exploded, so that'll stay here. Yeah, so the best find of today, I would say so far. Not mine, but it's a beautiful claviceros. We had a bit of debate how much of it's still there with the big old calcite veins running through it. But this is one that Sean's found, and I'm sure he's going to take this home and have a bit of fun trying to prep it. And that looks to be not as nice a dac as I first thought. Oh well. Really nice nodule, split a treat, but full of calcite and not fossils. Nice bit of diversity in this little lump of rock. So the big black thing here, with my toe on it, that's a big chunk of wood. And then to the left we've got some belemnite and ammonite sections going through it. A couple more bits. There's a reasonable dac, although the top end of it is all sorts of squished and broken. And then the other one, when it focuses, there we go, is another sort of nice dac, but should be all there. So we'll take those. You do get some really big dacs, and this would have been huge. Sadly, some of that will also be that it's flattened. Yeah, it would have been a beautiful, massive dac. So I tried to be clever, tried to go around that headland in the background to get to the car park, but the tide, even though it is fully out at the minute, with the wind pushing all the water in, it's not safe to go around. So we're going to go back up the usual get out and over the top of the cliffs and then back to the car. I'm quite excited because Sean, who I was with, who's found the nice clevy, he's done all my prep again. So there's a nautilus, some bits and pieces from Robin Hood's Bay and Raven's Car as well in the car. So I'm excited for that. And there's one other big thing that this hunt is produced, not by me, not by any of the people I was with, but the other gentleman who walked past us near Stinky Hole. He went to Goldsborough and he came out with a stonkingly beautiful Lytoceras. So it just shows if you put in the hours, put in the work, there is good stuff to still be found, even on a quiet day. Thanks as always for watching, and keep an eye out because there's a video before and after of those goodies that Sean has got for me coming out very soon.